Hey guys, today I want to talk about the 4 pillars of a fulfilled life abroad. And I want to share them with you so that you can start paying special attention to these key areas and have a proven recipe for how to successfully develop and implement them to create your best cross-border life. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Camilla Quintana, and I'm a certified life and relationship coach specializing on women who live and love abroad, just like I do. So, what I've done is that I've studied my own international life for almost 2 decades now, the lives of relatives that married internationally and that I got to watch closely growing up, and of course, my coaching clients' lives, all in an effort to determine what common areas they got stuck in because I knew that if I could pinpoint these areas, I could come up with specific solutions to solve these problems or to control the damage, or even better, to avoid them in the first place. And so, what I came to discover is that indeed there are 4 key areas that constitute a fulfilled life abroad. So, let's jump right in, and I'm going to tell you what they are. The first pillar is self love and awareness. This pillar revolves around how well you know yourself, how familiar you are with your values, your goals, your dreams, your fears, your emotional triggers, your go to reactions, and limiting beliefs, and so forth. It's about building a deep friendship with yourself where you can truly count on and rely on yourself, even in the midst of loneliness and isolation that so many expats face abroad. It's about learning to be kind and compassionate with yourself so that you can truly get unstuck. You can grow and evolve. And this is the first pillar because it is really the basis for everything else. If you lack self-love and awareness, it will negatively affect all other areas in your life. And it will kind of be like this empty hole that nothing and no one will be able to fill long term. So, and yet, that's what we usually look for, right? When we notice this empty, unpleasant feeling creep up inside of us, we usually turn to people. We turn to food. We turn to shopping or Netflix or whatever it is that soothes and distracts you. But the problem is that that's what it is. It's merely a distraction from what's really going on underneath, right? And so, as I said, nothing and no one, not even your significant other, will be able to fill you up with enough love to compensate for the one that you're lacking inside. And that's why it's so important for you and for all of us to work on the relationship to ourselves. And especially if we live abroad, because when our usual distractions that we tend to have back home fall away, when we have to start over in so many different ways, and this solid sense of identity that we used to have crumbles in this new environment, that's when we're usually confronted with ourselves more than ever before. The second pillar is resilience and resourcefulness. So, resilience is the capacity to bounce back from challenges, to stand back up after you've fallen. And resourcefulness means being creative and flexible enough to tap into inner resources in order to adapt to, for instance, a completely different environment or different people, to reinvent yourself in some way or another, and to tackle unfamiliar challenges. Now, the good news is that resilience can be trained. You do not have to be born with it. And the way I like to do that is to, firstly, reframe your challenges in solvable terms, showing you to see things differently. And let me tell you, this is mind-blowing. It's so empowering. Then also, I like to work on your growth mindset, on helping you to generate positive emotions for yourself. And another favorite of mine is gratitude. Gratitude is such a game changer. It's about learning to see the cup half full. It might be a matter of a little practice, but when you experience gratitude, which is one of the strongest positive emotions that we get to experience, it will raise your energetic frequency. It will expand your view and your perspective of things. It will open up so many new possibilities and opportunities that you hadn't seen before. And it will, motivate you, inspire you, and all that jazz. So it's really a habit worth developing. The third pillar is relationship and family life. So here I predominantly focus on your relationship to your spouse or significant other and your children. But it can also include the relationship you have with other family members, with in-laws or friends, really whoever plays the biggest role in your life. Humans are a social species and we are wired to live in community, some more than others possibly, but what I've noticed is that most of my clients are driven to me by a relationship problem because it usually is the one that feels most urgent and most unsettling to them. So, when you're in a relationship with someone from a different culture or you and your spouse live in a different country, there might be some increased pressure on you as a couple. The relationship dynamic often shifts, leaving one partner to be more dependent on the other than they would like. Expectations are high, sensitivities are heightened, fears and doubts may arise, and you might start questioning everything. As I always say, an international life and love comes with its own set of challenges, one that isn't easily discussed with people back home that probably couldn't relate, but neither with your new friends abroad that might come from a different cultural background or understanding, or they simply don't know you that well yet. So, my approach here, and this is really important for me to convey, is always respectful of your marriage, of your relationship. It's uplifting, it's inclusive. We will look at the problem areas closely, but the focus first and foremost lies on finding ways to overcome them. And this is possible even where all hope was lost. So, if you notice yourself growing more distant, drifting away from your significant other, don't wait for it to escalate. Reach out and ask for help to give your relationship an honest shot that it deserves. And even if things are going really well, it might still be worth picking up some helpful tools and strategies to strengthen that bond even more, and to really live in this relationship where you can both be fully authentic, you can feel seen and heard and respected and supported. And now, the last but not least important pillar is meaning and purpose. Having a reason to get out of bed every morning is vital if you want to create a truly fulfilled life abroad. What this will look like is completely different for each and every one of us. And I personally believe that we're all here with a unique purpose and path that will ultimately contribute to our own as well as to other people's well being. So, what's important is to properly define what meaning and purpose is. I like to say that it's something that motivates you, that fills you up with joy, maybe not all the time, but generally speaking, yes. That allows you to make some kind of difference and impact, and that gives you a sense of accomplishment. This last one is often overlooked, but it's really important. Also important to know that purpose is not something that you can look for on the outside. Of course, outside factors can inspire you, certainly, but don't be afraid that your purpose is somehow hidden, in a faraway land, and then if you don't go there at a certain time, it will never be revealed to you. No, this is not how it works. Actually, you get to create your meaning and purpose in life. First of all, by getting to know yourself so profoundly that you will know what truly brings you joy and what takes it away from you. Also, what kind of impact do you want to make in this world? How do you want to be remembered? Also, by evaluating your strengths and your peculiarities that are often mistaken for weaknesses, but really they could be turned into a unique competitive advantage and a great business idea. And then finally, it's really important to grow so connected to yourself that you're able to distinguish between what truly brings you joy and what you are conditioned to aspire to by culture, by society, by your family's expectations, and so forth. So this is such an exciting journey towards your very own unique path to fulfillment. So, these were the 4 pillars of a fulfilled life abroad, and I really hope they've inspired you to pay more attention to these areas and to use this as a framework to make the most of your life across borders. I'll link some further resources that I've created for you below. And if you want to take this to the next level and start to really work on your 4 pillars or the ones that you feel are most out of balance, reach out to me and schedule a free consultation on my website. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. And remember, wherever you are, I'm here to support you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.